Coach, you just defeated Los Fresnos in your by-district round. It seems that ever since that PSJ North loss at the beginning of the season, they got refocused. They've been pretty much beating everybody pretty handily.
Right. Well, I think what happened with that PSJ North loss is, it never failed, to be honest with you. Every year that I've been at Weslaco, we go through this time in our season where it kind of feels like a slump. We're having a hard time getting going. Sometimes we go through injuries. Sometimes, whatever the case is, we've always, for some reason, gone through that at a time of the year. Unfortunately, we had come back from a tournament with two of our kids injured, two of our starters injured, and, we weren't gelling the way we needed to. We weren't, being very aggressive. We weren't executing, and so we go into district season like that, and, we start off with PSJ North, who is an extremely, extremely talented group, and, we dropped that ball game, and so I think it did. I think it made us wake up and realize, this is for real now. Now we're starting our district season at 0-1, and it's been a while since that happened, and so our kids just woke up and realized, we're not going to be the group that that lets us not succeed. So it was a rude wake up call, and I think that it worked in our favor. I mean, we don't want to lose games, don't get me wrong, but I think if anything positive came out of that, it's that, it allowed us to wake up and realize, we're not as good as we thought we were, and so we need to put a lot more work in. And I'll tell you that our practices after that have been so much more productive. We got after it, and, it was back to Weslaco basketball, really.
Over the last, how long have you been head coach? Since about 2006, am I right?
Yes, 2006, yes.
Yeah, you've kind of grown Weslaco into a power, because I remember the first time I coached girls basketball, you had Armstrong, Polvado, you had like some names, but you've really grown it into a program that girls want to be involved in. You've become, I guess, I coached for Rachel Carmona, there's Coach Z, but you've created kind of a new legacy as far as girls basketball programs.
Well, I think one of the main objectives, as far as personal objectives that I had, or personal goals, was, to establish a program that, that was traditionally, in the playoffs, that was, traditionally extremely competitive, and that was, it wasn't a matter of just, winning a couple years, or, going, to area round, a couple years. It was a matter of, being consistent. Now, I'm going to tell you that I'm no fool. I know I am at a good place. We have kids that are very talented, but I think more than anything, I'm at a good place because we have kids that are willing to put the work in. And, I think it has come to that. I think it's come to the fact that, even when we don't have talented kids, because we've had some of those years where we don't really have a name that stands out there, but those kids just come, so ready to work. And I think if anything, that's kind of where the program is now, where kids coming into this program know that, if you want to succeed, then you're going to have to put a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication into your basketball, and that's what I think has driven us to, be able to have some successful seasons.
Well, besides this, the regular season, you've got your postseason success. I mean, you guys have made it to the Sweet 16 numerous times. You've got arguably the best guard in the Valley, but Jasmine Hughes has come along. She's playing really well now.
Right. No, it is, and that's one thing that, I think, I don't know if it's helped us, I should say, and it has, because, a lot of times, teams tend to target one kid. Last year it may have been Laura. And then, we have kids like Summer who step up. I think the last 2 years, in the regional quarterfinal game, we have had our guards in a lot of foul trouble. We have had, I remember the first year we went to Sweet 16, we had 4 out of our 5 starters were in foul trouble. They had fouled out. And so the only kid that I have out there is Summer, one starter, and then I had to have role players. I had to have bench players that never played. But, it's come to the point where I think, hey, this is what's expected of me. I need to step up, and they've been put in situations like that. I think, if not necessarily in a game, we try to do it at practice where, everybody has a responsibility, and, you never know when your name's going to be called. You never know when your number is going to be up, and so you need to be ready. And that's helped us this year too, because Angela, by all means, you ask me, and I think you ask just about anybody, she is one of the most aggressive, most electric players that I've ever seen, and arguably this year she is the best player in the Valley, and so we've had teams double team her, we've had box and ones, we've seen it all, okay, but that's allowed other kids to step up and kind of be comfortable in the role, like, okay, we're gonna have to play with Angie in a corner today, or Angie just cutting, not having the ball in her hands. Well, you know what, let me look at what I can do. And so I think that's kind of worked to our advantage, where other kids have been forced to step up, and it's been productive for us.
Well, after being Los Fresnos, who do you guys have next? Who's next on the hit list?
Well, we have Del Rio on Friday at 7 o'clock. And so, and Del Rio is one of those programs also that, is consistently in the playoffs. And, last year we played them in actually the area round, and we were, obviously successful there. But, they're a good program, and they're well coached, and, they're big. They have a couple biggies, and, unfortunately we're very small, but there's a lot of things that we're really good at, and so we're looking forward to it, and we're going to go in there with one goal, and that's to take care of Friday night's game, and hopefully we come out on the winning side.
Okay, I know you just mentioned you're going into Friday's game, thinking about Friday, but is this team good enough to make the Sweet 16?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of our goals, and I know that I think when we were getting close to the end of the season, there was a couple of people that were asking me, well, what are you going to do about, if you and PSG North end up in a tie? And, honestly, Jake, I didn't have time to think of that. And people, I don't think believe me when I say it's one game at a time for us, because, basketball is one of those sports where you have to just respect the game, because in any given night, somebody can come over and just, knock you off your pedestal. And I think if anything, we've learned that this year. And, so right now we're looking at Del Rio. We're looking at, what is it that we need to do to be successful on Friday night. And then after that, we'll take care of it. But we'll take care of whoever's next. However, we start off with goals, we started off this season, with getting district, winning district. And then after that, we go into the playoffs. And of course, we have a goal to get back to the Sweet 16 and definitely try and be successful there. But, when that time comes, and we'll see whoever we've got next, and hopefully get as well prepared as we can to get back to the regional tournament.
Well, having faced your team twice this year, I can say that I think you guys are making the Sweet 16. I don't think anybody's gonna hold a candle to you guys. But
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but no, best of luck. The game is at South Stand? South Stand. It's the Durbin Center. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, best of luck this weekend, Coach. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jake. Thanks, Coach. Bye. All right. Bye-bye.